Hello guys, welcome aboard. Nigel here with you, Nigel's Modelling Bench. And it's a middle of the month sort of update chat thing, yeah? So lots and lots going on, lots of questions being asked of me, lots of stuff, and I just wanted to put a video together just to let you know some answers and what's going on. First of all, a big thank you to all of you that have made some great comments and stuff on the videos. Very well received. Very grateful for those. Thank you. Thank you to all my new subscribers. Lots and lots coming on board, and the new patrons as well. Thank you very much for your generosity in these hard times. It's very much appreciated. I don't know if you can see it in my face. You can see it in my eyes. I have been quite ill. Nothing to worry about. Nothing serious. Just man flu, which is, you know, terrible, worse than childbirth apparently. And yeah, so I thought it came on sort of Saturday, Sunday, but thinking about it, I reckon it came on a lot earlier, because as some of you know, I got a new car a couple of weeks ago, a GR Yaris, which I ordered and waited for like 18 months. Really looking forward to getting it. Going to take it out for a spin and everything, and the weather has been abysmal. Been absolutely pouring with rain, blowing a gale and stuff, and like, you know, it's no fun driving. What's the point in taking a car out for a fun drive when it's pouring with rain? It's just, yeah. So and then I got this. So when I took it out for a spin last Thursday, and I had to come home because I had a splitting headache, and I reckon that was the start of this. So there we go. So yeah, a lot of you asked if I was going to Telford. A lot of you offered to meet up with me, buy me a drink, coffee, beer, whatever. Thank you very much for your generosity. It would have been great to come and see you all. I tend not to go every year. I went last year, so maybe I'll go next year. Yeah, it's I'm kind of glad in a way I didn't plan to go, because the way I felt on Sunday, which is the day I would have gone, I wouldn't have been able to go anyway. So I just, that would have been that. And also, if I'd been there and all of you bought me a drink like you said you were going to do, there's no way I could have driven home, because there was lots and lots of beer being offered. So thank you very much to all of you. But apparently the show was okay. I was on with Sue and Paul the other night on Sunday night, and Chris, and they all went and they said they had a great time. But apparently it was very busy, which I wouldn't have enjoyed. I don't like crowds. So anyway, so moving on, Airfix Spitfire, Airfix 124 Spitfire. As I mentioned before, Airfix have been in touch, been invited to go and see the tooling and the moulding and watch the kit being made and everything, which would have been really good to do, but it's like the other side of the country for me, and it's the end of November, and I just thought, nah, so I'm not going. But it's really nice of them to invite me. They've now put me on their PR list, which is really good. So I am now an Airfix fanboy. No, I'm not. Don't worry. Airfix is funny, isn't it? Airfix seems to have a group of followers that absolutely love them and will not have a word said about them that's in any way negative whatsoever. And then there's another group of people that would never say a positive word about Airfix, even if they produce the best kit on the planet. And it's really weird, because, you know, that Airfix 148th Blenheim is gorgeous. What a beautiful kit. Yes, the Airfix 172nd scale Concorde is a heap of junk. We all know that. But, you know, there are good kits and there are bad kits. A lot of Airfix kits are very old tooling, you know, when they were made for kids and stuff, and, you know, old tooling, loads of flash, and they're soft plastic and all that. So I can understand where the haters are coming from in that respect. But how you can turn around and say, like, the new Buccaneer is awful. I think it's overpriced. That's my opinion. When you compare it to the Spitfire, it's overpriced. Or is the Spitfire really cheap? But yeah, so, you know, there's certain Airfix kits out there that I absolutely love, and there's certain Airfix kits out there that, you know, I mean, that Vulcan I got was lovely. It was that really soft blue tack plastic, and it was full of sink marks. But at the end of the day, it built up into a beautiful kit. The old Monty's Humber I built, beautiful, lovely little model. That's a very old tooling, 32nd scale Monty's Humber. So very nice. But that kit will be with me. The Airfix 124 Spitfire will be with me very soon. I've seen a couple of reviews pop up tonight on YouTube. I went in and commented on Moss 6510, is it his name? He's a great guy. He's lovely. I met him at the Bristol show. He's lovely, and he absolutely loves Airfix. And it would have been nice to go in the tooling actually, because I expect he'll be going, so I could have met up with him there. But no, the Airfix Spitfire will be with me very, very soon, and I will give you a full, honest, full review, and we'll see what it's like. Is it as good as the Tamiya 1/32 scale Spitfire? That's the question, because that for me is like one of the best kits ever made. So we shall see. So yeah, as you probably know, like I said, I've been ill, so I'm sorry if I cough during this video. I'll have to have a drink to stop myself coughing. It's the only way to stop. Anyway, so yeah, comments on the Yamato set. Thank you very much for all of those lovely comments you made on that. I was really, really glad to get that. I thought it had been lost. It was just like that package I had from what's her name, Spot Model, yeah, wasn't it? Spot Model. The decals and stuff I had that went missing. They never turned up. But it was just like that. The tracking was like, you know, picked it up from here, delivered it here, blah, 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 blah. Finished. 4th of November, it finished. And then it suddenly arrived. So, and it still shows 4th of November now, if you look at the tracking, even though it's been delivered. So there you go. In fact, I could say it never arrived and get a replacement, couldn't I? I wouldn't do that. I would not do that. So anyway, yeah, so a lot of people asked in that, so I'm not with it. The Yamato set review I did, it's obviously a Pontos set. You can tell by the instructions straight away it's Pontos. But I think it's the same as like the Trumpeter Titanic set that was made by Pontos that came in the, remember the beautiful black box? You have to buy it from Kingang. It's King's Detailing. I think it's kinggang5505@gmail.com or something. If you go back to the review I showed you on the side of the box, the address on there where you can get it from, it is exclusively available from him. You can't buy it from Pontos. I think I can only imagine that William, which is Kingang, is something to do with Trumpeter, and they contract Pontos to make the sets for them, and then they sell them. So I think that's the way it goes. But my set was posted, as was everyone's. It was posted from Korea. It was posted from Pontos. So yeah, I can only imagine there's a collaboration going on there. But so yeah, if you go to Pontos, you can't buy the set. You have to go to this Kingang5505 email address, which is William, and then he will tell you to go to PayPal, pay your money in, and he will send you the kit. Now, I'm not going to take any responsibility and say he's absolutely 100% trustworthy, honest, and brilliant and awesome. But what I will tell you is I've had no trouble with him at all. So, and he's been emailing me backwards and forwards. So there we go. I paid for my kit. You'll notice I did not put a paid promotion up there. I paid for my set. I paid the full price. I paid the postage, but just kept in touch with him because, as I say, my set went missing, but it turned up in the end. So there we go. So yeah, those of you that have been asking me, you can't buy it from Pontos. You have to go through King's Detailing to get the set, and I didn't get caught for any customs or VAT or anything. So there we go. Something else on the Yamato front. I've got something else coming in the post, hopefully tomorrow, maybe the day after. As soon as it comes, I'll do a review for you. Can't wait for that to arrive. That is a great big thing, and I look forward to that. And I think a lot of you will want that. And also, I've got that 1/35 scale secondary turret to review, which is still out in the hallway in the cardboard box it came from from Models for Sale. I need to do a review on that, and I need to get that Bismarck turret finished, don't I? Anyway, something else I found out this week that surprised me, on Sue's Ice Queen 7's live stream on Sunday, people were talking about that new Dakar truck from Zvezda. It was fairly new, from Zvezda. Shame it's 35th scale, not 24th, but never mind. But it's like 60 odd quid. Have a little cough then. It's like 60 odd quid, that kit. And generally, Zvezda's, 35th scale trucks are 35, 40 pound. And I found out that apparently with the sanctions and everything on Russia, apparently there is now a 35% tax on anything coming in from Russia. 35% over and above any normal taxes. So that would explain why that kit has suddenly gone up 20 quid from the usual sort of 40, 45, whatever. So I don't think I'll bother with that. It's like £62 for a 35th scale truck. You know, it's like, nah, I think my money's spent better elsewhere. So I guess that's what they want you to do, is not buy Russian stuff. I guess what they've done that I'm saying is stupid. I guess it's worked, but yeah, unfortunate. One thing I do want to say, a new product I've had in, you saw me do a review of it, is these VMS glues, these VMS Flexi CAs from Premium Hobbies. I've been using them a little bit and they are absolutely bloody brilliant. I am so impressed. As a lot of you will know that follow my channel, I'm not a fan of filling ejector pin marks with CA glue, because I find what happens is when you sand them down, you end up with a raised lump, because the CA is so hard in comparison to the plastic, especially if you use accelerator, that it's very, very difficult to get them flat. This stuff, this is the black thin. I've tried it on some bits of plastic that are in inconspicuous areas so that they wouldn't show up if it did make a mess. Oh my God, spray it, put it down, spray some accelerator on it, and then just sand it with a 400 grit, you know, the Infini 400 grit Matador stick, again available from Premium Hobbies. And wow, you can put primer over it. No, there is no shrinkage, there is no witness of it whatsoever. So that is the Flexi 5K CA. That's the black thin. I've also used the ordinary black, which is here, and that's exactly the same. But if you're just going to buy one bottle, get the black thin. Okay. And then there's also the PE one, but that is a clear glue. And I have gone right off clear CA glues because the black ones are so good because you can see where the glue is. You know, how many times have we all glued something on with CA and it's pinged off, or you end up with a great big puddle, and when you prime it, you can see it. You know, so with the black glue, it's great because you can see it. Another coughing fit there. Can you see the gap? Or is it there? There's a gap. That's where a border model Lancaster box used to be. That's my kit that I've got unstarted, and that's where this one came from. So all of you that are wondering what I'm doing with this, you can see the bomb doors are on. I am waiting for the weather to be correct. So basically it needs to be not too cold and not damp. We haven't had any cold, but we've had continuous damp. And I need it to be not windy, because basically I need to get out in the garage and get this thing primed so I can move forward with it. And if it's wet and warm, I can paint in the garage, but it may well bloom because it's going to be damp. And I don't want to put the Mustang outside the garage. I don't want to spray that with the Mustang in the garage, and I don't want to get the Mustang out of the garage, get it all wet, and then put it away wet, because that's the worst thing you could do with a car, is put it in the garage wet, because it stays wet for a very long time. And also everything else in your garage will rust because you've basically just put a load of moisture into your garage. So that is waiting for that weather. And then finally, guys, if you remember, if you follow me, you'll know that I've said I've had a project on the go, which I wasn't going to put the videos out until the project was finished. Rather than do my usual and do 5 parts and then leave it and go on to something else, I'll do a project, finish it, and then when it's finished, I'll put the videos out to show you the build. That build started off as a beginner's build, and the idea, it's been titled a beginner's build all the way through. The idea was to actually do a beginner's build other than using an airbrush, and just do a really, really simple build. And the kit I chose to do has turned out to be such a lovely, lovely model that I didn't just want to go and build it out of the box. Well, I've built it out of the box, but I wanted to go and use some weathering effects and some oils and washes and loads of stuff. And the kit I've done, it is nearly finished. Okay, I've just finished filming part 16, and I think part 17 will see it done, or maybe part 18. So I'm going to show you it now quickly. And then later on tonight, after this has gone out, I'm going to launch the video series. And it starts off as part 1. It goes on about tools and stuff and washing. And so it's not for experienced modelers at all. It just, for the absolute beginner, it goes on about the basic tools you need. The basic tools, the sanders and snips and stuff like that. Washing the parts, the importance of washing the parts, removing oil. And that it's basically real simple, you know, basic stuff for newbies. So yeah, hope you watch it, hope you enjoy it. But basically this is the model here, and it is the Airfix K2 ambulance. And you can see here it is in gloss coat, ready for weathering, and yeah, it is a beautiful little model. I would change the build sequence, which I have done, and I've explained all the way through the video why I've changed the build sequence, and I've shown you how I've changed the build sequence and how it all works and how it all goes together. But there's a couple of things that I would have not done that way. But there we go. So yeah, as I say, it started out as a beginner's build. It hasn't gone into something stupid with super detailing and stuff like that. All I have done is change the build from kind of a beginner's build into a beginner that wants to go that extra mile and show you how to get little effects by using washes and pigments and pre-shading and post-shading and all that with your paints, and just basically get an overall nice looking model really. And now what I've got to do is go on, and you can see the red cross on the roof. You have to do those 2 vents, you have to paint them. But I'm also going to do shading on the actual red crosses to you know, because the trouble is, you know, you do pre-shading on the body and everything, which you'll see in the videos, but then you put these bright red and white decals on there. They need to be taken back as well, and that's what I'm going to do in part 17. So it may be part 18, because I may do that in that part 17 and then go into part 18. One thing I have done with it is kind of shown you everything. So some of you may get frustrated, which I know some of you do, like you have with the Lancaster, because it's so slow because I'm showing you everything. If that's the way you feel, just switch off. Please just switch off, or fast forward or whatever. But there are people out there that love seeing everything step by step. They love to see if I make a mistake, how I made the mistake, what I did wrong, and then how I'm going to correct it and why I got it wrong in the first place. And I like to show people that there are people out there like Playmo and stuff that are absolutely brilliant. Plasmo, is it? I can't remember. Is it Playmo or I can't remember if you pronounce it Playmo or Plasmo. It's Plasmo, isn't it? Plastic modelling. But he will put a massive build of a 48 scale Tomcat in a 25-minute video. That's not for me, and I know a lot of my viewers like the way I do things, showing you everything. So that's the way it is. Yes, Plasmo has many more followers than me and many more hits. So maybe I'm doing it wrong, but I'm just doing it the way I like to do it. So like I said, I'm going to put that video series up. I'm going to launch it today, and then we'll put one video up every week or something going forward. And I know that I've had emails from people and they want to see a beginner / taking it one step further video for that model. So they're going to be really pleased to see that. So thank you all for watching. I think that's all I've got to say for today. And I'll see you again at the end of the month, beginning of next month, and we'll put up the thank yous and everything. So yeah, stay tuned. And the next video I put out will probably be the great big stuff I've got coming, I think, tomorrow. And then the Spitfire, the Airfix 124 scale Spitfire, which I'm really looking forward to getting. So see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.